Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I want to talk about a game I discovered a few months ago, which quickly became one of my favorite games this year. Chapter 1. The game in question is the WereCleaner, which as for now is a free-to-play game on Steam. So, if you want to play it yourself first, to avoid spoilers from this video, I have included a link to the game in the video description. The WereCleaner is a game developed by the team Howling Hugs and published by UC Games. The developer team Howling Hugs consists of several students studying at the University of Southern California. Students from other universities also contributed to the game. The team had only 1 year to develop the game, starting in May 2023. By May 2024, the game's development was completed. Even after its release, the team continued working on bug fixes to perfect the game. The game has been very well received by the community, with overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. Chapter 2. The story of the WereCleaner revolves around Kyle, a janitor working in an office building. The game begins on what it seems like an ordinary workday. After chatting briefly with Daryl, the building's head of security, Kyle is tasked with cleaning 2 particularly dirty rooms. Once that's done, his workday is over and he heads home. However, when he gets home, a cutscene reveals that Kyle is not an ordinary person. He has a secret no one must discover. During a full moon, Kyle transforms into a werewolf. Just as he plans to relax for the evening, Kyle receives an email from his employee, forcing him to work overnight or risk not getting paid. But there's another problem. If he notices someone has seen him in his werewolf form, he falls into an uncontrollable rage and attacks them. Despite this, Kyle decides to face the challenge and fulfill his duties as a janitor. He still has bills to pay after all. As the story unfolds, Kyle must not only keep the office clean, but also avoid harming or worse, killing too many of his co-workers. Over the next few nights, Kyle continues working as a werewolf, but it becomes increasingly difficult. Daryl grows more suspicious each day as strange occurrences happen during the night. For example, on the second day, Daryl finds a tuft of fur which he says has either blood or jam on it. And by the 5th day, he convinced there's a monster in the building. That's why Daryl installs hidden cameras in the office to uncover the truth. He eventually discovers that a werewolf in a janitor's uniform is responsible. And that's why it's clear for Daryl. It must be Kyle. Chapter 3. On the 7th day, Daryl confronts Kyle, revealing that he knows Kyle is a werewolf and sees him as a threat to the other employees. Out of fear and distrust, Daryl decides to kill him to make the office safe again. Over the past few days, Daryl has built a tracking device called the WereTracker T200 to hunt Kyle down. Upon hearing this, Kyle runs off, trying to finish his tasks as quickly as possible so he can leave. After completing his duties, Kyle attempts to escape and hides in the mascot room. However, Daryl knows where he is and decided to end it once and for all. He sees a werewolf silhouette and fires multiple shots. Although he feels sad, Daryl is relieved that it's finally over. Yet he quickly realized that he's only shot the company mascot, which coincidentally resembled a werewolf. Then he noticed an open window with a rope tied to it. Looking out, he sees Kyle lowering himself down the side of the building. Daryl immediately gives chase, but then something unexpected happens. The rope snaps and Daryl plummets to his death, his body shattered into several pieces upon impact. Before Kyle lay the remains of a corpse, loose eyeballs, brain matter, bones, and intestines. There was only one thing he could do. Back home, Kyle struggles to proceed what happened. Suddenly, a piece of paper slides under his door. It is his paycheck. Though relieved that he can pay his bills, he feels immense sadness over the loss of his co-workers, especially Daryl. Chapter 4. This is, in broad strokes, the entire story of the WereCleaner. However, you can discover more about Kyle and Daryl's backstory. The developer's YouTube channel features several videos that delve deeper into their story. In one short, for example, we learn that Kyle has a brother named Ollie, who is also a werewolf. And another short possibly shows his parents as werewolves carrying him as a baby. This suggests that at least some of his relatives are also werewolves. We also get a brief look at how Kyle is doing after the incident and how he visits Daryl's grave. To avoid spoiling everything, I recommend watching the videos and shorts yourself. My conclusion. The WereCleaner is a charming and funny game with memorable characters and humorous scenes. The interactions between the lovable werewolf janitor Kyle and the suspicious Daryl gave me plenty of laughs. Additionally, the cartoony art style and absurd situations Kyle finds himself in makes the game an entertaining experience. However, it should mention that despite its cute design, the game does feature some bloody and slightly gory moments, such as when Kyle attacks and kills co-workers in his werewolf form or during the scene of Daryl's death. Even though these scenes are more comedic and animated, the sign of blood or entrails might be too intense for some players. While it's not an excessively violent game, sensitive players should be aware of these elements. But to end this video on a positive note, for me, the WereCleaner is one of the best games of 2024. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, take care.